So, okay, look, listen. I'm not going to say to be fair, because I don't think it's fair. To be honest with you, I do think that racism is extremely stupid. I think that you need more brain power to be a racist person, particularly the new brand of racist that we have in America, which again, I don't think is overwhelming. I really don't. Not for New York, man. I think a lot of this is largely just like terminally online internet brain bullshit, to be fair. But the people that, are obviously making the whole Austin Metcalf and Carmelo Anthony case such a kerfuffle. I mean, again, I believe that brand of racist and that brand of dog whistling, we need to recognize patterns. It's pattern recognition type motherfuckers. We can't coexist with them. Let's return to the ultimate segregation. We must remove them from our population entirely, as if there's any feasible way to do that. As if there's any administration that would ever run on that campaign, ever. Right? I have to, and I don't even want to say loosely be fair to them, because that's giving them too much credit. They don't really have enough credit. But I have to accept a reality, and that reality is mainstream black culture. And Ryan Coogler is doing a great job of giving us movies and characters and showing us, just some fantasy adventures of black people not caught up in just slavery or caught up in gang violence, but just being people who come from a black culture having adventures. Jordan Peele, same thing with Nope. They're doing a great job. They're trying. I appreciate that. That's what we need. Star Wars, with John Boyega. It was, I watched this one video. It was very clear, right? We could have had, it was stolen from us, man. We could have had a great trilogy was stolen when they pushed John Boyega into the back seat. He was a phenomenal. Finn was a phenomenal character. The themes, the plot, where he started, the juxtaposition between him and Kylo Ren. This is the stuff, just fantasy, just black people being people, and they're black, showing us showing us how our culture doesn't have to be defined by chicanery, doesn't have to be defined by gangster thug bullshit, which I don't even think that it is, really. But in the mainstream mind, with, no offense, a little like white people and even some swag Asians, right? Like some second generation Asians, right? The hip hop culture, right? It does lead in the forefront of what people believe niggas to be like. And from my perspective, it's absolutely absurd for numerous different reasons, right? It's absurd because, one, I am black, and I am of no such character, to be quite honest with you. My father was also of no such character. The black men that I spent time with were of no such character. In fact, interestingly enough, overwhelmingly, most young black men are closer to Andre the Black Nerd, are closer to Jax Blade, are closer to Michael B. Jordan, who was called corny. Let's get back to that in a moment. More black men are closer to those niggas than they are to gangster thug niggas. But unfortunately, the PR of black people and black culture is destitute, hood, drug nonsense. And it's absurd. It's unreasonable. I greatly appreciate Michael B. Jordan and Creed. I love Black Panther. I was glad he was Killmonger. I'm a real big fan of Michael B. Jordan because I do feel like he's a kindred spirit to me. Even if you just look at the films that, again, Fantastic Four, Black Panther, we have Chronicle, he is clearly a corny, nerd-ass nigga. Which most, maybe not most, but overwhelmingly, more black men are closer to the guys at RDC World than they are to Lil Wayne. And damn sure closer to the niggas at RDC World than they are even close to King Von. But the PR, unfortunately, of young black men and black culture are those bitch-ass niggas. And I'm not going to mince words. I greatly disrespect and find it gross and disgusting that swag culture, hip-hop culture, gangster culture is in the forefront of what it means to be black. And even some black people self-police other black people by that same measure. Even though, interestingly enough, again, most we're not like that. It's goofy. It's ridiculous. You know, we being called Oreo, you know, being called all different types of names because, excuse me, we speak properly. we enunciate our words in the correct manner, right? Our PR is trash. You want to know why our PR is trash? Some people might understand why our PR is trash, right? Think about this for a second. Our PR is garbage. You know why our PR is garbage? Let's stop for a moment. And again, not to be fair, because fuck these people. Why do I say fuck these people? Again, they wish to take the minority experience and the minority of the worst example of being any type of man, let alone a black man, and they wish to cascade us all with this chicanery, with this nonsense, that as if other black people don't dislike this thug, gangster, nasty culture, which they take this, which is insane goofiness. Proximity is what leads most people into any violent crime. It's so insane how I see the internet racists. They want to use this version of black culture, of black people, to show we are beasts and baboons. But the goofiness of it is, who are the people that these niggas hurt the most? Who gets shot at the most by these type of who gets stabbed the most? First and foremost, other gangsters, as they fight for territory in hoods that they own no property in. Crazy work. Who gets shot at the most? Who gets caught in the crossfire? Innocent black people. You know who else gets caught in the crossfire? Take a minute. Think for a second. Who else gets caught up with these niggas? Don't worry, we'll get to it. See, we'll really get to it. Because I honestly think they're about a good 45% of the reason why our PR is garbage. Maybe 65%. That 15% being the fact that they clone these males. Oh, no, I'm jumping ahead. I'm sorry. So, here's the thing. The portrayal of black people is destitute, and the portrayal of black men are bestial monsters of which no one could truly integrate or live in society with. I see these comments all the time. We can't live with them. We can't do it. We can't live with them. You have white women married to black men, but can't live with them. Whatever. You have white people who are friends with and grew up in the same environment with black people and adopted similar aspects and elements of black culture, but can't live with them. Again, you got to think harder to be a racist than you do to be a normal motherfucker, but whatever. I get that when they see Black Lives Matter, there's a lot of defending awful men who get caught up with the police. And oftentimes, when you peel back the layers of the men who are defended in the Black Lives Matters protests and riots, you'll find that they are shitty human beings. Even like George Floyd, just off the top of my head. Didn't do anything for anybody in life. And honestly, his death may have created a new branch in the darkest timeline, right? It is painful. But the problem is, if you peel back the layers of George Floyd, and you see he was a drug addict, and you see, I don't think he was homeless, but he definitely wasn't in any position of taking care of anyone, let alone himself, really. You see that Black Lives Matter defends a man who is resisting arrest. You see Black Lives Matter defend men who buck up against the authority of police officers. They defend men that when you keep peeling back the layers, you find that there was kind of a fucking reason why the police were in fear for their life. There's kind of a reason. And again, maybe police officers aren't perfect. They're not. They're people. They're people just like you and me, right? They're people just like you and me who are put in dangerous situations, some of them on a regular basis. And some of them do have preconceived notions. Some of them are abusive. They're human. Some of them want to do the best they can with what they have. They're people. The fact remains that a lot of Black Lives Matter, they defend the worst type of black man. Because again, oftentimes when you peel back the layers, you'll find a shitty person who was bucking against authority when honestly, if they had just complied and relaxed and chilled the fuck out and just talked to the officer, we would have had a whole different timeline. They might even still be alive. Is this always the case? No. But again, a lot of the stories, again, George Floyd, you look at it and you're like, that nigga sucked. Now, here's the problem. And here's the entirety of the fucking problem. Okay, not the entirety, but a huge chunk of the problem. Huge chunk of the issue. Okay? We don't need to talk about how the chosen people who run record labels and the chosen people who have all of the money in these production companies choose to show us shit like Empire. That's fair enough, right? Like that, okay? That happens, right? The chosen people, right? You know what I mean? The producers, yeah, they choose shitty chicanery, nasty images of people. Ice Spice somehow, who's like a Ice Spice who got to run when she kind of sucks. Yeah, that nasty ghetto form, right? Is selected not really by other black people. Maybe propped up by some black people, but also propped up by, overwhelmingly, because they're just the majority of people in the country, white people. This is just true. It's just a fact. It's just true. It's not wrong. It's not right. It's just what it is. But the real problem of the awful PR of young black men in this black culture is the fact that these thug niggas are defended. Okay, let's play a game. I made a video about Black Lives Matter many years ago. Go look it up again. Go look it up again. Who started Black Lives Matter? Can you just take a guess? Let's narrow it down. What was that person's gender? Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. Look, I understand. I'm sorry. I know. Listen. I know. Like, I know. I don't lack self-awareness. I know. He's like, you always blame them for everything. I don't blame them for everything. I just blame them for the things that they do. I don't think it's their fault for everything. That's absurd. That's stupid. That's so dumb. I don't think it's their fault for everything. I do think that some things are their fault. Some things they are absolutely influencing and have their hand in control in. Okay? Who are these people? Who are the people? Who created Black Lives Matter? Who defends thugs? Who defends them the hardest? Did you guess? Okay. I'll reveal it. It's black women. Listen. Here's the thing. Here's the problem, right? Black women, unfortunately, not all of them, and this is true. This is just true. It's not all of them, but a lot of them, right? Defend, highlight, and are sexually attracted to these thug gangster motherfuckers. They are. And they defend them. And in Black Lives Matter, they defended them. Legitimately, right? A lot of these men, when you look at these stories, you'll find that there's a reason why the police shot them. Or there is a reason why the police was in this situation with them. They were not innocent people. And unfortunately, black women have this terrible habit. Again, not all of them. We're speaking generally because it's easier to do so. Have a horrendous habit of defending these gangster thug mother suckers to the point where they are disgusted by corniness. You see, here's the thing. There is the gospel. And even though the red pillars believe in this gospel. The gospel of female mate selection. I'm sorry, but I am a heretic of the church of female mate selection. There's this belief that because women sexually select something, it is but good It is evolutionarily good. It should have been the way it is. And should you deviate from that, there's something wrong with you. I say nay, bro. And they treat me like there's something wrong. They treat me like I'm the fucking arbiter. I get treated like the arbiter. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I'd be like, look, bro, I don't think that just because women prefer gangster thug niggas, that means that's the portrayal, or that should be the definitive form of a black man. And they treat me like this.
Nay, it was heresy.
I'm getting treated like there's something wrong with me. I'm like, I don't know, man. I think maybe there's a problem. Maybe we shouldn't just accept that because women have a quote unquote preference for these niggas, that we should be okay with this. And they treat me like this. You know? You know what I'm saying? They lambast me, right? But this is the issue, right? And I'm not the only one. They lambast lots of different. Like I said earlier, there are more black men like Michael B. Jordan than there are any, obviously, like King Von, who are obviously, unlike Chief Keef. Far more black men are going to be closer to Michael B. Jordan by a goddamn mile, right, than any of these niggas. And yet, it's Michael B. Jordan who's the one lambasted as being corny. Being corny is problematic to black women. There's something wrong with niggas being corny, with being weird. But when you really think, if you peel back the layers, what are they saying? That he doesn't have these thuggy, edgy, dangerous attributes. Well, first of all, if you're trying to raise children, nigga, why in God's name would you want those attributes? Well, it all comes down to, they don't care. They only care about what makes them feel good. This is why I'm a heretic to the gospel of female mate selection. Because you have, for example, you have this image here, this clip from, I don't even know this nigga's show, but he was doing commentary on the Pop the Balloon show, right? So check this out, right?
Hello,
My name is Jonas Tikeste.
It was just off of initial attraction. It just kind of felt like we wouldn't match personalities. I feel like you're very well spoken, and that's really, really good. I'm just looking for someone with a little bit, a little gangster lean in them.
Gangsta, hey.
Just a little bit, not too much, but yeah.
Hey, back in the day, before I knew Christ, I was a little bit like that, but I'm a changed man. That's okay.
Abusive?
She don't want a nice guy. She want a gangster lean. What the fuck?
She belongs to the streets.
It's just attraction-wise, I don't know, like friends, cool, talk a little bit, but I'm not feeling like, Yeah.
So you're gonna pop your balloon?
I'm gonna pop.
Is she someone that's your type?
I think she's nice and respectful. She was kind. She's not feeling the like she was saying. That's all good, man. It's all good. I totally respect it. It's all good.
The initial attraction, I would say, again, the haircut. Like, specific with that. I'm sorry. Okay. But yeah, it would be the haircut for me. He has everything, it sounds like, together, so yeah.
You shouldn't pop just based off a haircut, bro. Like, that's childish in my opinion.
So they're rejecting this corny. What did this nigga do wrong? Think about it. If we're an alien, if we were but an alien, analyzing how humans are mate selecting sexually, his error in physical attractiveness, one, was not even something that he really could control. I guess he controlled his haircut. Fair enough, I guess. But his physiognomy, can't pronounce that word to save my life. His physiology was not something of his choosing, right? Too bad, so sad, right? It is what it is. But here's the thing. He's put together. He's soft-spoken. He's polite. What did the first woman say? You don't have that, I don't have that sex appeal to be with that little gangster. You don't have that little gangster in. That's what she said. Sexually, they choose niggas like this. That's what they desire. That's what they defend. That's what they pick. They defend when their relationship is abusive. They select that on the onset of even deciding to choose to be with a man. One of the craziest things in the world. This is something I don't see very many people talk about. I remember when Chris Brown whooped the dog shit out of Rihanna. Whooped her. He whooped her like she did something wrong. Maybe she did. I don't know, right? You know what I'm saying? Pieced her up like this nigga had Star Platinum, Zoaldo. like he froze time and just whooped her ass, right? You know what I'm saying? And this was crazy. After that happened, man, I still hate Chris Brown, to be honest with you. The craziest thing in the world, you want to know all of the people that I knew who disdained Chris Brown, you want to know, they were all, let me tell you something, they were all, you won't believe this, they were all men. The niggas I talked to that still hate Chris Brown, who began to hate Chris Brown, was from the moment he beat Rihanna. Men! Was that? I thought we were just living in a patriarchy. I thought we were all sexist. I thought we all just hated women. How in the bloody hell could other black men hate a black man because he hurt a woman? Oh, bloody hell. Yeah, it's men. Do you know the people who still support Chris Brown? Overwhelmingly, it's women. It's not just that it's women. They will pay this nigga to take pictures with them of him groping them. Real nigga shit. They paid $1,000 for this nigga to put his hands on them. You know what I'm saying? I'm not even making it up. It's facts. And so the PR of black men is influenced, no offense, by the sexual selection and the defense of this chicanery and this bullshit by a lot of black women. Again, not all of them. There are shy, polite, kind, beautiful, great black women. But there are also kind, intelligent, lovely black women. I've seen this consistently. Not always, but consistently. I've seen this in person. It's hilarious. It's like Beauty and the Beast. I'll see this woman, and she is soft-spoken, very articulate, very intelligent, sometimes tech-savvy, sometimes manager or something. And then her husband is like this mush-mouth, tattooed, contracting nigga, right? Which is fine, right? There's nothing wrong with being a contractor. But, talking about this though, bro, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, can't even articulate. Can't even be talking though, bro. You know what I'm saying? It don't even match. I don't even understand how she can communicate with this motherfucker. I see it. I've seen it consistently. And again, I'll have a whole ass conversation with this woman at work. I'll see how intelligent she is. I'll see how reasonable she is. And then I see the nigga she's with. Again, some mushmouth, tattooed, almost like probably got out of jail ass motherfucker. And I mean, more power to him becoming a better person. Maybe that's what happened. I don't freaking know. But the fact remains that even when they're not ghettotized, that's not even a word. But even when they're not like that as a black woman, even when they're so polite and proper, they still have a preference for these shitty men, which extends to the defense in Black Lives Matter. They defend these men in their abusive relationships. They defend these men in the organization of Black Lives Matter. They will reject corny men like there's something wrong with Michael B. Jordan for being corny. What's wrong with that other than women don't like it? What's wrong with being kind? What's wrong with being polite? What's wrong with, smiling and being happy and being nice? What's wrong with the motherfucker saying, hello, starshine? The earth says hello. What is actually wrong? The only thing that's wrong with it is that women don't like it. It's not edgy. It's not dangerous. It doesn't give them an adrenaline spike. It's not entertaining. That's the only thing wrong with it. The gospel of female mate selection has extended, unfortunately, to the negative PR and the defense of the worst portrayal of black men. The extension in Black Lives Matter. The problem is that, this is the issue. People love with this bullshit. Well, it's just their preference. It's not just their preference. Because, again, we're talking about sexual reproduction. We're talking about who they choose to clone. What traits they believe should be passed down to their sons. Now, if you ask me, I don't think they think at all about it, really. It's entirely hedonistic, but the fact remains that it's affecting their children. The fact remains it affects the way other black men exist in the world around them. As they have a chip on their shoulder, being rejected because they're being too corny. It affects, again, as it cascades furthermore, as we keep pulling the thread, what else is it affecting? The way the mainstream media, the way the mainstream, unfortunately, white culture views black men. Because they see the defense in Black Lives Matter, which again is mostly filled with black women, started by a black woman, led by a black woman. They see the defense of the worst portrayal of black men. They see the rap music videos. Lil Wayne created a song called Love Me. Do you know what that song is about? And not one woman, I've never seen a woman complain about, I haven't seen not one feminist, not one black, not one white, not one Asian, not one feminist talks about the song Love Me by Lil Wayne. Not one. The whole song is this nigga saying he doesn't care about any criticism as long as he gets to have sex with women. He has sexually objectified them to such an extent that these bitches are fucking copium to him. What? Right? No, not one problem. Not one problem. But we talk about this dumbass male gaze bullshit. Okay, right? Who goes to their who just straight up groupies, straight up Future 9 baby mamas, fucking basketball wives, fucking Love and Hip Hop. What's the portrayal? Niggas, mushmouth niggas, athletic niggas, not fucking accountants, not fucking anime nerds, not some goofy RDC World guys just trying to have fun, not Jax Blade, not Jax Blade, not one. Why can't we get more Jax Blades in the world? You know what I'm saying? Whatever. When you see that, I'm going to be honest with you. The extent of it, again, goes into what do white people that have no exposure to all the other types of black men see? They see thug, gangster, vicious, awful black men. Even though they're the minority. The news cycle does the same thing. Criminality is actually so rare in humans that it's a mental condition. And yet, despite the fact that most humans overwhelmingly across every racial group are not murderers. They're not thieves. They're not antisocial. It's so rare. If you look up the prison population of all races, you will find that it is probably all of but 0.005% of the population. If that. Actually do some more, do your own calculations and you'll see. And yet, despite that, who is put in the forefront? Gangster niggas. And the craziest thing about it is, again, it's other black people who are not only affected by it, but other black people who don't even like it. You think other black people like their homes being accosted by gangster hooligans running up and down the street, fighting over territory they don't own? No, of course not. And yet somehow in the mind of the racist, they only see that beast, that monster, never extending. Wait a minute, hold on. Who are they shooting at the most? Guess who gets caught in the crossfire in drive-bys? Sometimes it's the girlfriend of the other op who gets her finger shot off, who dies. It's the woman who's with a volatile male who pulls out a gun and pops her right in their fucking head. Literally, in her head. Destroys a huge chunk of her life. Has to relearn how to fucking walk. Plenty of stories like that. Where women, they select men like this. Look at Zara Elise, I believe. Not Zara Elise. Whatever, this woman here. I'm going to put her in here. You guys are going to see. I'm going to probably double back and talk about that a little bit more anyway.
Dead emoji, you're going to get muted. Yes, I took him back a long time ago. You guys, like, what?
The fact remains, the PR, unfortunately, is led by a lot of black women who are choosing to defend, have relationships with, reproduce with, and reject corny men based off the standard of having a little gangster, a little thug in them. It's horrendous. It should be embarrassing, really. But, yeah, what can you do but tell them that they're fucking wrong? And that's one of the things that really concerns me greatly is everyone, listen, white, black, Hispanic, Asian, a lot of people fall to the gospel of female mate selection. A lot of them do. Well, because women like it, it must be good. because women sexually selected, it must be good. As if women are infallible. As if women can't be wrong. As if women can't hurt themselves. As if women can't make stupid choices or decisions. They'll simultaneously talk about repeal the 19th like they can't make a decision. And then when they choose someone sexually, they'll be like, oh, it's just her preference. Nigga, what the fuck? Can she reason or not? Why would you say she can't reasonably vote, but she can reasonably choose a man to have children with? What the fuck? What the hell? I don't know. I think it's goofy. I think it's stupid. And again, to close the video off, listen, this is what concerns me so much about this new breed of terminally online racist. It's almost like they have a desire. They want to be mad. Not that it's reasonable to be mad, but they want to be mad. Because again, when you do the math, the people who dislike these gangster motherfuckers the most are other black people. Some being black women included, by the way. I know I said a lot of black women do the PR for them, but there's other black women who hate these niggas too. And there's a lot of black men who despise this portrayal.
The term real niggas publicly used, and I need to know what it means, cause I'm fucking confused. Are you one for always busting your tool with nothing to lose and something to prove? The homies up in your crew? Is it because you selling drugs to get loot and brag about how you done been shot and stabbed like it's fun to be you? But your life's a struggle, right? And you just hustling through. Nah, you hamster ass nigga, you just stuck in the loop. Man, why do black people gotta be the only ones who can't evolve? Cause you in the streets acting like a Neanderthal. It's clear you can't stand the law. You lost is in the band and dog, and all you interested in is fighting, rapping, and basketball. I can't even fuck with you, cause if we out in public, you gon' get caught stealing some shit and get my ass in trouble too. You'll get old and be nothing. Living life in these streets, thugging and starting shit with anybody mean mugging. Look at you, a real nigga, thinking your life's cool. Girls used to turn me down for guys who were like you, till you grab their heart and shove a spearhead right through. Then they regret it because it wasn't the right move. Your real nigga talk seems bogus. A real nigga don't brag about being real as long as he knows it. And his future doesn't seem hopeless. A real nigga stays out of jail, handle shit and he keeps focused.
So here's the thing. The person who raps that verse is another black person that's upset with this portrayal and this chicanery. It's a black man. So I'm gonna end this long ass video with this, man. I'm not going to say to be fair, but I am going to say that a lot of black women have not helped when they sexually prefer gangster thug niggas, even if it's just slightly. They don't help when they call men like Michael B. Jordan corny. They don't help when they call men like Donald Glover corny. They don't help when they have a aversion or disdain to corny niggas. Doesn't help. Doesn't help mainstream, the way mainstream portrays us or the way mainstream people look at us. And it doesn't help the way that young black men look at themselves and look at each other. Doesn't help. It's goofy. It's nonsensical. And to be quite honest with you, perhaps today we're talking about the sexual preference of black women. But listen. I know today's video was just about black women. Let me tell you something. You ready for this? White women are not safe from my wrath either. If you were to ask me, right? Look, I love black women. White women, I actually think, are maybe legitimately closer to being the scourge of the earth truly than black people could even begin to approach. Want me to be honest with you. But of course, they don't want to ever address the fact that white women, they kind of suck sometimes. Not all of them, of course, but a lot of them can get down to some real low down shit. You want to know something that's so crazy to me? Let me tell you something that's so insane to me. Is that you see the dog whistle of DEI. They talk about diversity, equity, and inclusion as coded soft language for black people being put into positions that they don't deserve to be in. Or black people, Mexican people, any other type of racial group being put, and the quality of the world is worse because they're put in these positions. But let me tell you the craziest, goofiest thing. Do you know the people who are the highest recipient of any DEI program, grants, scholarships, hiring practice? Do you know the people who get the most out of DEI? White women. And that, my dear friends, is why modern day racism is fucking stupid. all this bullshit and anger over DEI, and it's white women who benefit the most. With that being said, I actually hope you guys got something out of today's video. I doubt it, but if you did, I don't know, man, go and click the like button. And shoot, go and click the subscribe button. Comment in the comment box below, and as always, you guys have yourselves a great day. I will see you cool cats soon.